All right, hey guys, it's December already. My goodness. um, okay, so lots of things that we can share for the month. Lots of things happening. Even though we are, I might just mute you too, Kel, because you're showing up on the screen. How do I do that again? No, muted.
I already muted it. I'll mute it again.
It's okay. I'm just not sure why it's showing you up on the screen. That's all. Meh, I don't know. They'll still hear me.
No, I turned the video off because I was eating my dinner and I couldn't prop the phone up properly.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm just trying to work out why. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We'll just record and keep going and see what happens. So what I wanted to talk about tonight was some ideas for some Christmas gifts. Oh, hang on. My child is drawing on my Medicare card. Or Daddy's Medicare card. Thank you. Okay, his bank card's in there. Sorry. I'm man down at the moment. James has taken Amira to the toilet. So, okay. So I wanted to have a chat about the promos that are going. So one of them does end tomorrow, being the 15th of the month, but we do have until, I generally say, about midday on Sunday. So that is our holiday piece with the little Christmas ornament that you can put on your tree that's a diffuser as well. So that's a really great blend of, you know, holiday scents. I haven't actually got that one myself, but I do hear that it's much nicer than the Holiday Joy. The Holiday Joy is quite pine and spicy, but you can get that one up until the 15th. So that is, that's tomorrow, being Friday. And with a 125 PV loyalty rewards order. So when you're doing your loyalty rewards, as long as you haven't only just joined this month, if you've only just joined this month, you won't be able to process an LRP this month. So you won't be able to get that one. You'll have to wait until next month to get your free product. But that's a really great free promotion to get that one. And then we've also got our frankincense as well. Can you just mute your phone, please? It's dinging like crazy. So frankincense is a really great oil to have all the time. So you may have heard us say that frankincense, you know, you pull it out if you're in doubt of what you need. So frankincense is always one that is going to be used. We use it for skin. We use it in baby wipes. We use it in, I use a drop on my thumb on the roof of my mouth at night to try and help me have a more restful deep night's sleep, and also great for emotionally grounding, using that in the same way if you're quite overwhelmed as well. There's seriously so many uses for it. Some, you know, if you've got aches and pains and things like that as well. So that's our beautiful frankincense. You get that one for free with a 200 PV freebie for this month. Okay, so if you do an order before the 31st of December of 200 PV, you'll get that one for free. So that's an awesome one to get. It's around the $90 mark, that one too. So it's a great one. If you do it before Sunday, you'll get both of those for free. We do still have some items in the Christmas catalogue too. It's going to be too late for Christmas gifts now, being past the 10th, but you can still get them as a gift for yourself or a late Christmas present or as a put aside for a birthday present or something like that too. So one thing I want to mention before we go into, actually two, before we go into the Christmas gifts ideas of what you can make, is our LLV, which is Lifelong Vitality Supplements in Australia, is currently out of stock, and they're going to be out of stock for a while. I've heard start of January, but I've also heard March. So we're not expecting that one to be back anytime soon, which is, it's a pain, but it's also really awesome because it means so many people are using these awesome supplements. So that's exciting. And obviously the Australian, us here in Australia haven't been quite prepared for the number of people using it. So that is exciting, but at the same time, we need to order them from the US now. So that's really simple and easy to do. I'm not going to show you how to do that tonight. But if you want to do that before I pop a video up of how to do that, then please reach out to myself or the person who's helped you get your oils, and we can show you how to do that. So there's also heaps of other awesome things you can get from the US too, and they have got Christmas items left as well. So that's another great thing to check out too. We have got the Cleanse and Restore with Tess, who is our Blue Diamond upline, and she is a naturopath, and she's bringing in a heap of other people as well, in different professions in the health and wellness area. So that's going to be a really great thing to jump on. That's not until February, but she wants you to start on the LLV this month as well. Okay, so grab yours from the US if you haven't got it already. If it's sitting on your LRP order, please make sure you take it off and set up your US one, because it won't process and it'll hold up the rest of your order as well. Originally they were still processing, but yes, Kel?
I actually, probably worth noting, Kaylani, can you just stop that noise in the background for a sec, please? Sorry, she's doing the dishes.
That's all right.
I actually had LLV in my LRP, but I had it for a later date in the month.
Yeah.
And normally I just go in and process it manually, but the LLV had been taken out of my cart automatically, bringing my template to under 100 points. And I haven't got any notification of that, so it was just lucky that I happened to go in and check that and saw it, so that I could rectify that. So it's just I just thought that was worth noting, because yeah, it could well have impacted you know, any bonuses and stuff that you might earn.
Actually, I should go in and check mine, because it's probably being taken off for next month. Don't want to miss out on payday tomorrow either, so go in and check that.
Right.
Yeah, that's a really great point to bring up. Thank you. Thanks for that. I haven't checked that actually, because mine has processed for this month, thankfully. But is she trying to say good night to me? Okay, sorry. Good night, honey. Good night, doll. Okay, so that part's out of the way, but yeah, that Cleanse and Restore, that's going to be a really awesome one to get into, and what it does for gut health and your mind and just energy levels and all that sort of stuff is amazing. And there'll be, you know, food ideas shared and all those sorts of things too. So that will be in a group that Tess puts together. So if you want to do that, please let me know, and I will get you added into that group and make sure you've got all the requirements up for that too. So some DIY Christmas gift ideas. At the moment we have Kelly on, who is a DIY queen. So if you want to jump in at any time, Kel, just let me know, because we all know that I'm not very big on DIY, particularly at the moment while we're in the camper trailer. But I do love giving gifts that we have made. It's something you can do with the kids, and it's something that can be really affordable and really enjoyed by people. So I really do love doing it. And you don't need a lot of fancy ingredients either to do most of the things. You sort of just need a few staples, like maybe some beeswax, and the beeswax is even from some of the more complicated ones. Beeswax and your shea butter, Epsom salts. You can do sugar as well for like sugar scrubs. You fractionated coconut oil, your normal coconut oil, and then depending on some of the other stuff that you want to do, there's a few others in the ideas that I've got written down here. So some of things that I have given in the past have been salt scrubs and sugar scrubs, and I've also done foot soaks. So they were really easy. All I did was Epsom salts, the oils, and I put some fractionated coconut oil in there. You can do it without the fractionated coconut oil in there as well. You can do it either way. And with that, I also just added some food coloring, so it was a little bit pretty in the jars as well. You can add some dried herbs. Kel, is that toy noise in my background annoying? No? Cool. It's keeping her happy. You can, so I also like to put in some dried herbs. So whether that's a bit of chamomile or a bit of lavender or something like that that you might have as well, just pretties it up as a gift. what else did I do? I think that was, just makes it look pretty. You make your jar look pretty if you don't have a pretty one. Recycling jars is a really awesome idea. You know, we're on that low tox and low impact on the environment sort of mission, so that's always great to reuse those sorts of things. Do you do anything in particular with salt scrubs or anything, Cal?
I was just going to say, I did see a really great idea. Is this mic working okay?
Yep.
Can you hear me okay? I did see just a really simple, like for decorating, you know, the top of your salts and things. I saw someone use the doTERRA brown paper that comes in your packaging. They just straighten it out and cut it to put little pieces on top of your jars if you're recycling jars.
Yep.
You know, just to make it look a bit
prettier.
But
that's a great idea. That could be used for wrapping paper.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I often we save it for craft and stuff like that. But I have stacks of it put aside. But generally more like bath salts and things. I find people just absolutely love that, and it's so cheap and so easy. And in one jar, you only really need like 2 drops of oil. I find things like lavender peace, you know, a couple of drops of oil is plenty in a small jar of Epsom salts, which is plenty for a bath, or you might get a couple of baths out of one lot.
Yeah.
But I really like to make things like lip balms.
Yeah.
And from one batch, you can get quite a few if you use the tiny little tins.
Or you can actually get from too.
Yeah, but I find
James, can you come and get?
I don't know. I quite like the tins because I don't know. We just try and avoid plastic where we can. But the tins you can get. I know we normally get them from our local glass bottle supplier, but you can often get little tins in packs of 2 or 4 from the $2 shop.
Okay.
Just you know, because I know that a lot of places are closing down for Christmas, so if you need it last minute. They're really easy to get. But lip balms are just a super easy one. If you could get little ones. For sure. But even like I just think even like a 10 ml or a 5 ml roller bottle made with a blend in it. Before I was using essential oils, my sister used to buy me all the time this brand of little oil roller bottle most years from Maya. And it was one of their oil blends, and I absolutely loved it. It was like the best thing. I looked for it ever. So even just making up a really special blend for someone would cost you next to nothing, and it's just a really special little gift.
I actually had down on my list like a little pamper pack or something like that, and I was, you know, had the idea of, you know, maybe a lip balm and a foot soak, and you know, depending on how big you want to go and how many different things you want to make, but you can add different things to that. You can add a little pure fume with a lip balm and you know, your foot soak or your bath soak or something like that, and it's a little pamper pack for them.
And you can actually get I know that the doTERRA, the product of the month, the free product of the month with the little decoration is fantastic. So if you can get that, I do have the holiday piece and it is beautiful. I got gifted. And you can make the little air dry. You can just get some air dry clay and just use some Play-Doh or cookie cutters and make some of your own. Even that with a tiny little sample bottle with 10 drops of oil in it would be a really lovely gift. But I have found, I got gifted a little wooden ornament last year, and when we were setting up the Christmas tree this year, we put some holiday piece on that, and it's beautiful. So you can, like I was at a little gift shop today, and I noticed they had some beautiful wooden laser cut Christmas tree ornaments, and some of them had like really beautiful message on them. So that's, you know, that's another option if you're really short for time and you don't really love DIY. Just a little wooden tree ornament or something that
Yep.
they could even hang in their car or
Yep.
in their bedroom or something with some oil on it would be really simple.
Yeah. Or if you're wanting to do some craft with the kids that's not as messy as making clay, because clay is messy,
Yeah.
you could do some felt ones or using some
Oh,
wool or
yeah.
even like your paddle pop sticks and stuff like that. You can pop oils onto
Yeah,
those sorts of
great
things
idea.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
The other sort of pack idea I had was a baby pack. So instead of gifting, and this is sort of an idea for when it's a baby shower as well, but it's also a nice gift to gift for Christmas. And maybe pair it with something else like a nice bath cloth or something like that. But you could do a baby powder and a baby nappy balm or something like that as well. And then maybe a tummy blend for them, because lots of little babies get the upset tummy so easy. And just something nice and natural without all the nasties in it to gift to a mum is really great. I know any time that I was gifted stuff that just wasn't something that I used, it would either get donated somewhere or get thrown out because it wasn't something I was going to put on the kid's skin. So those sorts of things are a great idea as well, to gift to the little ones. I've also seen with like your bath salts, putting them in a little empty baubles. You know how you can buy those empty ones that you either paint or you put stuff inside of? You can make that into a salt bath thing. You can also do your bath bombs. Have you had success with a bath bomb recipe yet? You had some trouble with them at first, didn't you?
I think this time of year is probably even trickier because of the humidity.
Yeah.
So that can, you just have to make sure that when you're making them that they should be quite dry. The mixture feels quite dry, like it's not going to set.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just takes a little bit of playing around.
Have you used the one that's on the doTERRA blog?
I believe that's the one we ended up using.
Okay. Yeah, because
In the
that's got
end,
citric acid and baking soda and corn flour.
Yeah, I can't remember if we put can't remember if I had corn flour, but
yeah, it's not something
and
that
making
for me
them,
too complicated, so I haven't gone there with that before.
yeah,
But the salts are easy. They just go in a jar. You don't have to try and fiddle around with them. But
so easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I did have, I should ask Sarah McNulty what she put in hers, because she made some for teacher gifts, and they all held together really nicely. So I'll have to ask her what she used. Some other ideas I had, which are, probably more towards the men, because men aren't going to want, bath stuff. Some men do, yep, but a lot of men aren't really going to appreciate a bath salt for Christmas. So doing like a meat rub or a meat salt rub or something like that is a really great idea too. So you can do that with your dried herbs and your salt, and you can add your oils into it to add extra flavor and just mix it around. You can do homemade sauces, or if you're not so much into the homemade sauces, you could just add some oils to a pre-bought one and shake it around to add a bit of extra flavor to it as well. But homemade sauces are pretty easy to make, particularly if you have a Thermomix or a similar machine. You can also do some yummy raw treats as well that are going to be still healthy. Or if you don't want to do the healthy ones, you can still do your unhealthy ones and add your oils to it as well. So you could do your normal Christmas truffle balls or rum balls without the rum. I usually make them without the rum because I don't like the taste of it. But you could add your oils into that to flavour it. Even though that's not a particularly healthy recipe, it still adds a really delicious flavour. Doing some raw chocolate, I've done that before. Just keep it in the freezer until it comes out. And that was even on Christmas Day, so that was something else that we did as well. Making some not fudge. You could do fudge. What's the word I'm looking for? Mousse for Christmas Day as a dessert. Made a healthy mousse with the avocado, and you can add your oils to that as well. Whether you're citrus or your mints, whichever you want. Some bubble bath is another idea with Castile soap and some vegetable glycerin. I think you'd get that from either the health food shop or you might find it in the supermarket. I haven't made it with that before, so I'm not 100% sure. Or some hair waxes as well.
The vegetable glycerin is really, sorry, terrible light, is I get it from the health food shop and it's about $6.95.
Yep.
And the bottle will last you. That's for like an organic vegetable glycerin.
Yeah.
So super cheap.
Yeah. And then for those kids who, you know, like my kids, they can't have bubble baths because Mira's allergic to it. Not that we have a bath now, but being able to make that sort of thing for those kids who just can't use it is really awesome too. And then another one for the men was the hair wax, as another idea as well. So some other tips that I wanted to share tonight. So if you guys are watching the replay back and you have any DIY ideas or Christmas gift ideas that you want to share, that you've had success with or that you're trying out, would love to hear. And then I just want to share some tips on surviving the Christmas period as well using your oils. So I'm just going to go over these quite quickly because you'll probably know some of these already and you're probably already using them. But, you know, when we have family come around or we're around a lot of family, depending on your family, it can be quite stressful. It can be quite overwhelming. And, you know, not everyone always gets along very well. So it can be quite a big ordeal. And I know that can be the case in my family sometimes, particularly in previous years when all the family got together. So using things like your peace, diffusing stuff like cheer or elevation and balance together. So you're having that grounding and uplifting sort of blend there as well. Using maybe some frankincense on the roof of your mouth so that you're grounding yourself and not being so overwhelmed by what's going on. What else can we use? So diffusing maybe something like peace or your citrus bliss as well. So there are a few ideas for the stress side of things and making sure that everyone's staying a bit happy and cheerful and, you know, not getting on each other's nerves or pushing buttons that can happen. Another really big one on Christmas, of course, is overeating, because there's always so much food, we always overeat. Or if we're someone who's quite sensitive when we're eating foods that we probably wouldn't normally eat, or we're eating more sugar than what we'd normally eat, make sure you've got your Digest-N on you. Have it on you to share with your family members as well, because that's going to help them. It might pique their interest in the oils too. But that's, of course, not the only reason we're doing it. We're doing it to help people. If you're getting out in the sun and you've had too much sun, popping some lavender and peppermint in a spray bottle, or just in a roller bottle or in a little dish. You might have seen my post last night. We got a bit sunburnt. And so we just had some lavender in a little dish with the fractionated coconut oil before we went to bed, because it was on our face. We didn't do peppermint because we're also going to bed. But the peppermint really helps to soothe and cool down. And then the lavender really helps to soothe that burn side of things too. And then the other one is using it, I've already mentioned this, but using it in your cooking. So whatever it is that you're doing, if you're doing a roast, add it to your glaze. Add so much flavor to your food. If you're doing baking, add it to the baking. If you're doing icing on something, add it to the icing. If you are wanting to take in your whole foods or your raw foods so that you've got something there that's healthy, then make sure you add it into that. Add it to salad dressings. There's so many different ways that you can use your oils in the cooking that you're making for Christmas Day as well. It's going to give so much boosted flavor to the food that you're making. It's going to be a bit of a conversation point for people, and it's just so easy. So it's such an easy way to get flavor into your food and health benefits if you're wanting to do that as well. A lot of people let themselves go on the health side on Christmas, but it really helps with that after feeling too if you have a healthy Christmas. I know the first year that I gave up sugar, my mum had given up, you know, that sort of food at the same time too. So we had a lot of fun putting together meals and desserts that were healthy and were really good. And my mother-in-law really enjoyed it and had a lot of fun tasting it and learning about what we were doing. So it can be a good time to just share with friends and family what it is that you're doing. So the lifestyle changes that you're making and that sort of thing too. So I think that's it for me. One of the things I did forget to mention at the beginning was the Peace Touch roller bottle. Okay, so that's our diluted roller bottle, is 10% off too. So that's a great time to add that to your order. And yeah, so have a look and see what Christmas items are still left. You're not going to get them in time for Christmas gifts before Christmas, but it's a really great time to get yourself something special or to put something away for gifts for later on in the year as well. So yeah, a few things that are coming up. We have a business training on Tuesday night. I'm going to be touching on some Facebook strategies that I've just recently learned and that I've been learning, and sort of what's working, what's going on in Facebook world at the moment, which isn't a lot of fun. They have just recently reset group notifications for people. So even if you had a group set at See First, so you saw all the notifications that happened in the group, they have now been reset to highlights only. So even the admins of groups have had that happen. So I haven't been getting notifications from our group because it's been set to highlights only, which isn't real great when you're the person running the group and answering people's questions and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, Facebook's being a bit funny at the moment. So going over some of those strategies that can really help you grow online, and grow your online presence much more and much faster than what I've previously been able to do. So that's pretty cool. The other things that I was going to cover in that is just a bit of goal setting and a bit of planning for 2019. So just setting some intentions on what people are wanting to do and then what sort of training people are wanting as well going into the new year. We'll have some more webinars like this in January and February and each month. And I am coming back into doing the regular information sharing as well. We've just had a few big changes happen within the last month. So I've sort of fallen back on that and I really apologize for that. But that will be coming back in the new year as well. The other thing that we have to let you guys know about is our launch camp. So I'm going to be doing a half-day launch your business training in January. I've just got to find the venue for that, but it'll probably be sort of mid-January, so getting you prepared to launch in February. So if you're wanting to join in and doing the business, and that's whether that's something that you're just wanting to go at a rate that's going to pay for your oils, or you're wanting to add a bit of extra income in on top of what you're already doing within a few hours in the week, or if you're really wanting to bring this in as a full-time business and work it that way, the training is suitable for all those things. So yeah, I haven't set the full dates for that yet. I've just got to get an idea of where we're going to do that, and then we'll lock in the dates and the venue for that. And that's open for everyone who is in our team. So everyone who is joined with someone else who's within my team, you are welcome to come along to that training. It isn't open to people outside of our team because at this point I'm not ready to do that. But maybe that'll come later. So if you have got people outside of that, they can reach out to the people that have helped them get their oils, okay? Okay, that's it from me. I hope you all have a really great Christmas and look forward to hearing what people are using their oils for over Christmas. And yeah, I probably should have mentioned using it for sleep. So kids, when they're too overstimulated from having so much fun, or the night before Christmas on Christmas Eve, having trouble going to sleep because of the excitement, use your oils for then as well. All right, guys, that's it from me. Good night. Thank you for joining me, or thank you for watching the replay.